Sometimes when using any of the denoising scripts or the Cycon starless script to remove the stars from our image, we're left with an undesirable AutoStretch view within Siril. I have a workaround. So before we get into the script, I just want to say that I'm not a programmer. I just had an idea for a little script, and I know about this much of Python, not enough to actually build anything without spending hours and digging through documentation and trying to learn stuff. So I used AI to get me going, and I was able to get a working script to do what I was hoping it could do and send it over to Adrian, one of the Siril developers. He took a look at it and added some functionality into it that he thought would be useful. And then I sent it over to Ricardo, who is the developer of the Verilux suite of scripts that we've been using. And he took a look at it as well. He squashed a couple bugs for me that were in there and made some tweaks to the code just so it would be a little bit more efficient. So in the end, what we ended up with was a cool little script that allows you to have control over your AutoStretch view of your image as you're going through your workflow. So let's go through it. Okay, so just like with any of the scripts, we need to first install it. So we'll come up to the scripts menu, then into get scripts. You can scroll through the list here to find what you're looking for or save yourself some time and use a search box. So just start typing AutoStretch and the AutoStretch preview script should pop up for you. Put a tick mark over on the right and then click apply. So I am going to open up a starless image that I have where the stars were removed with the Cycon starless. We'll put our view into AutoStretch. And this is what we're talking about, right? With the Cycon starless script, once it removes the stars, a lot of the times you'll get this really splotchy view in the AutoStretch view of Siril. Nothing's wrong with the data. It's just Siril's AutoStretch can be a little too aggressive when displaying the data for you. So what we would do at this point, right, is just trust the process. Drop down into linear, and once you start to do your stretching, that none of this splotchiness exists in the data. Again, it's just the AutoStretch. Now, before I show you the script, what I've been doing when this occurs, and it can also occur during any of the denoising tools. So if you have used Cosmic Clarity Denoise or the Graxpert AI that has denoising as well, sometimes you'll get the same look in your image once it's finished with those processes. But what I've usually been doing is just coming down into my AutoStretch menu and enabling the high definition. And when you do that, it cleans it up pretty well, at least a lot better than it looked when it wasn't in HD. You can see over in the console here, it changed it from a 16-bit to a 20-bit. You can actually increase that 20 to 24 if you like. So if we come over into our settings menu and then preferences, and then under performances, and right here, HD AutoStretch, you can see it's in 20. You can bump this all the way up to 24, click apply bit depth, and then apply. And now when you go in and out of your HD mode, you'll go between 16 and 24-bit. So that works well, but as you progress through your workflow, and I'll show you here in a few minutes, as you do more to your data, it can actually increase, again, the blotchiness in the image to the point where HD still gets you a better looking view, but it's not ideal. So with the script, you'll be able to control the AutoStretch because there are a couple of sliders that you can play with to be able to examine the data that you want to. So I'm going to disable high definition, and we're going to run the script now. So we're going to come up into scripts, Python scripts, utility, and right there at the top, AutoStretch preview. Default settings generally do a good job. You can see the differences between the image in Siril and the one loaded in the preview window here, showing you that, in fact, like I was just saying, all this blotchiness is not actually in your data. It's just the AutoStretch view in Siril. You have two sliders here, one for your target median, the other one for your sigma. So you can adjust them if you want to get a better view of what you're looking at here. If I take it to the left, it'll darken the image a little bit. Same thing with the sigma. Take it to the right to bring up some of the highlights, the midtones. Just a good way to be able to examine your data. You can maximize the screen, double click the fit to view, use your mouse wheel to zoom in and out. There's also a scale to fit button down here in the bottom right. It'll scale the image to the size of the screen, a 1:1. And if you hold your left mouse button down and just drag around, you can pan through the image and just be able to take a closer look at what's going on. So I'm going to bring this back down into a more sizable view for us and talk about the stuff that Adrian and Ricardo helped me with. So you can adjust your low, mid, and high points under the AutoStretch parameters manually. These numbers need to be between 0 and 1. So if I was to take my 8.5 here and just change it to a 5, you either need to hit enter, the tab button, or just simply click out of the box that you modified for that setting to be applied, and you can see the effect it had on the image. If after you've made adjustments to your low, mid, and high, and you want to go back to what was there originally, you can click your recalculate auto stretch button, and it will recalculate the auto stretch based on the target median and the sigma. So if I click that button, you should see the mid go back to the setting that it was at initially, and we're back to square one. So the refresh from Siril button, if I just minimize this to get it out of the way, if I was to do more work on this, say for example, if I came up into my Python scripts and I wanted to run a denoise using cosmic clarity, and we'll just bump this over a little bit, go a little aggressive just to get my point across here. So 0.8, hit apply, and once that's finished, you'll see that the image even looks worse after the denoising was applied. So we'll let this finish and then we'll come back. Okay, so the denoise is finished, and you can see the problem that we had initially has just gotten a lot worse, right? Close this, I'll just do before, so that's before our denoising, and then after. So even worse, right? If we come back into the script and click refresh from Siril, it will load the image with those changes into our preview now, and you can see it's taking care of that issue as well. When you hit refresh from Siril, it does not recalculate the auto stretch. So once you load it in, if you hit your recalculate auto stretch button, then again, based on your target median and your sigma, it'll redo the auto stretch for you. So like I said, the original idea was just to give us a nice controllable auto stretch preview window when we're going through our workflows. And Adrian jumped in there and added the auto stretch parameters and the two buttons down here on the bottom to bring more functionality into it. And the other thing that he did as well is, and this is for the developers out there that are watching, you can use this as a module. So he had me license it with MIT, so it's not as restrictive for its use, and it can be used as, like I said, as a module within other scripts. And again, for the developers out there, if you scroll through, he's got comments in here on the parameters to use the auto stretch preview. You know, again, if you're a programmer, you know what I'm talking about here. For everybody else, like myself, like I said, I'm not a programmer. Here's where you can find the additional information within the script to be able to make calls to it to use within your own Python script. So there's my simple little contribution. Nothing fancy, but I think it helps solve a slight problem that a lot of us have. Excited to see if this script will end up being used as a module in other scripts from developers out there that have been working with Siril. If you have any questions, as always, let me know in the comments. I want to take this time to say thanks to all my members here on YouTube and on buymeacoffee.com. Appreciate everybody's support. As always, I have affiliate links in the description if you want to support the channel. You can become a channel member. Simply just share it like so many of you have already been doing. Appreciate everybody's time. We'll see you on the next video, and clear skies.